Hello my dear students, good morning. Now we will discuss about the preparation of sodium hydroxide by Kastner-Kellner cell. Previously also we discussed preparation of sodium hydroxide by Nelson cell. So that is electrolysis of brine solution. Brine solution means aqueous NaCl. So here also we will do the same. It is like electrolysis of aqueous NaCl. Same here also we have anode, cathode, everything. But as I shown in this diagram, okay, you have to draw this diagram clearly, okay, and you have to label every part actually. That is very important. Please go through this diagram clearly, what parts I am mentioning here and how many compartments we have in this diagram. Everything is important, okay. So once if we discuss about this diagram, you have three compartments actually. How many compartments? Three compartments. This is a compartment A. This is compartment A. And the similar one and identical one, this is also compartment A. Why sir two compartments? Means to get more quantity of sodium hydroxide. So here this is a compartment A and this is compartment A, and middle this is a compartment B. So Kastner-Kellner cell consists of three compartments. So two identical compartments, A and A, left side and right side, okay. And in middle, this is called a middle compartment. In middle compartment, I was labeled as B compartment. Outer compartments we call left side and right side. Those I was labeled as A compartment. And here you have a mercury. What is this here? As I shown here, minus. I will write with a red marker, minus. And here you have plus. This is what I tell you. And here again, here minus means here also minus. Here we have mercury actually here. This is all everything. So this is a mercury. What is this? Mercury here. So in this, what you have in this particular line like that, like a small pipe like that. So here it is, everything is a mercury. Mercury here you have. So here and here, and in middle compartment as well as outer compartments, at bottom you are having mercury. What you are having? Mercury, important. So in outer compartment you have, this is, what is this? Mercury. Mercury symbol Hg. So mercury here also mercury you have. Here also, what do you have here? Mercury. So at bottom of the Kastner-Kellner, as we have three compartments, bottom we have mercury. So this is very important. And here you have wheel you have. Okay, just to rotate substances what formed from here to there. This is a wheel. So here as I said, there are three compartments. How many compartments? Three compartments. Two outer compartments and one middle compartment. Which I represent with the B. At bottom, so the most important things here I am writing. At bottom, what you have at bottom? At bottom of every compartment you have mercury. So here one more important thing, mercury in outer compartment act as cathode. Remember, this is a very important. That's why I written minus there. Cathode means minus or not. So mercury in outer compartment act as cathode, and mercury in middle compartment. What compartment? In middle compartment act as anode. So here it's very clear. Mercury in outer compartment act as cathode. Mercury in middle compartment act as anode. This is a very important thing. Okay, you have to remember. In outer compartment, graphite is anode. Here also, if I am talking here, same apparatus that side also. Here graphite anode. Here also maybe you are not unable to see properly this. This is a graphite anode. So what I written here, same there also. So graphite anode you have. So anode is positive, as I said. So in outer compartment, graphite anode. Okay, graphite rods act as anode. And here what we taken in this. And one more thing I forgot to tell you. In middle compartment, at bottom mercury is the anode. So here iron cathode, iron rod, this iron small plates you have like this, iron plates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 plates must be required, don't think like that. Just I am showing this. This is the iron cathode, iron plates, okay, act as cathode in middle compartment. Why this fellow is talking from last 5 minutes? All these things means apparatus. What mercury serves in outer compartment, mercury act as in middle compartment. Those are very very important. Okay, in outer compartment. Now I will tell you. Here I was written already like lines, simple dash like that. So here in outer compartment we are taking brine solution. In outer compartment what we are taking? We are taking brine solution. Brine solution. What is brine solution? Aqueous NaOH we are taking in outer compartment. That means here also what you have? Same aqueous NaOH is present in outer compartment. So electrolyte is required now that we are taking. So during electrolysis, these are the outlets actually. Through this outlet what will come, and here what will come? Gas. The same gas will come here also. But in middle compartment one gas will come. What is that? Let's see later. Okay. So here in middle compartment something differently shown like with some dots like this. This is dilute NaOH. See, you observed or not? We are preparing sodium hydroxide. This is preparation of sodium hydroxide. We are preparing concentrated sodium hydroxide, but we taken here dilute sodium hydroxide. Means mostly water only present. Dilute means water or not? Tell me. Yeah. So this is about apparatus. Anything I miss? And wheel also I said. What is the use of this wheel? Substances what formed at cathode, they can convert from outer compartment to middle compartment. We will transfer the substance what formed in outer compartment to middle compartment actually. So this is a very very important. Please have a look, and this diagram is very very important. And here also you have this is actually like a pipe. So remaining entire is uniformly you have here. So here NaCl only you have everything. Aqueous NaCl. In middle compartment it is different. In middle compartment what you have? Dilute NaOH. Okay. So in outer compartment what gas will come? I will show you here only now. Cl2 gas. And that means here also what gas will come? Chlorine gas will come out. And here in middle compartment what gas will evolve? Means H2 gas will evolve from middle compartment. These are also very very important questions. Okay. So in outer compartments in a Castner-Kellner process, what gas will liberate? They'll ask you Cl2. In middle compartment of Castner-Kellner, what gas will liberate? Means H2. How? I will show you by using cathode reaction and anode reaction. And one more important thing I was clearly mentioned. Mercury you have in this pipe. Mercury serves as a cathode in outer compartment. Mercury acts as anode in middle compartment. And this is the best method. Okay, Castner-Kellner method is the best method for the preparation of sodium hydroxide. Now, sodium hydroxide. Now, reactions in outer compartments. Reactions in outer compartments. So what reactions takes place in outer compartments? Like that we have to see. See, first of all, everybody knows first in outer compartments we are taking NaCl. So that will convert as 2 moles I'm taking here. So it will convert into 2Na plus plus 2Cl minus actually. So that's the diagram, and here we will write reactions. Okay, so reactions in outer compartments. Okay, in outer compartment, what is the electrolyte we taken? NaCl, brine solution, aqueous NaCl. So during electrolysis, means when you are sending current, what happens? That NaCl will dissociate as Na plus and Cl minus. So now reactions at where I am saying? Outer compartments. So reactions at anode. Who is anode in outer compartment? Graphite. Means at the graphite anode what happens? So at anode what happens? Oxidation takes place. Everybody knows. At anode oxidation or cathode reduction. Okay. So at anode oxidation takes place. Everybody knows. So anode means positive or negative? Anode means positive. So towards anode who will go? Negative ions. Who are the negative ions? Cl minus ions. Same anode reaction what taken place in Nelson cell, here also same. That means anode is a positive. Certainly these negative ions will move towards anode. So Cl minus and convert to Cl2 plus 2 electrons. Okay. This is the reaction at anode. Now at cathode. Who is cathode in outer compartment? Mercury. Okay. So when I am asking question, if you say also I can't listen, but you have to say that answer for yourself. What is cathode? If I am asking, cathode is a mercury in outer compartment. So mercury cathode. Why I am repeating these many times? Mercury serves as, that's a question. Maybe if that comes in NEET, you have to answer. Okay. So at cathode, as a mercury cathode, what reaction happened? So here Na plus ions, see cathode means what? Cathode means negative electrode. So towards negative electrode, positive ions will go. That means these Na plus ions will move towards cathode, and these Na plus ions will combine with mercury. See, mercury will react here. Actually, electrodes won't react, but here electrodes also will react. But there is no chemical reaction, alloy they form, that's it. 2 Na plus mercury plus 2 electrons and gives rise to Na2Hg. This is called sodium amalgam. What this is called? Sodium amalgam. Remember this. At cathode outer compartment, what will form? Na2Hg. Na2Hg means two metals, that's it, no charges. Few people are saying, sir, this is 2 Na plus and Hg2 plus. No, sir. Is it possible? Hg minus, both are metals and they are forming alloys. Na2Hg. No charges. No oxidation state for this sodium and mercury. Simply alloy. Sodium amalgam. Because Na plus taken 2 electrons. 1 Na plus 1 electron, 2 Na plus 2 electrons. So these are the reactions in outer compartments. Sir, these reactions happen here in A compartments, which yes happens in outer compartments. And the same reactions what I written at anode and cathode, the same reactions will happen here also. Here also you will have B. Okay, so these are the reactions at anode and outer cathode. Okay, see, because at where I am writing all these things, so these are the reactions in outer compartments. So in outer compartments, at outer anode, what happened? Chlorine gas liberated. At outer cathode, as a mercury act as a cathode, there what happened? These Na plus ions, positive ions will move towards cathode because cathode is negative. So this these Na plus ions at cathode will combine with mercury by taking 2 electrons and form sodium amalgam, Na2Hg, which is alloy. Here no oxidation state. Oxidation state is 0 for sodium and mercury. Please remember all this because those are the questions you asked in previous few students. Sir, what is the oxidation state of sodium in Na2Hg? Not Na plus, it's 0 because it's alloy. See, because Na plus taken 2 electrons gained. So positive charge will cancel. So these are what? Outer compartment reactions. Now the formed Na2Hg will transfer from outer compartment to middle compartment. Why I am using this wheel? Understood now? What is the use of this wheel? When you are rotating this wheel, the product formed at outer cathode will transfer from here to middle compartment. So the formed Na2Hg transfer from outer compartment to middle compartment. Remember this one. Okay. So now what happens in what happens in middle compartments? Let's see. But before that, have a screenshot and write down this diagram. And this diagram is very important. Labeling important, because why labeling is important? What we are taking here in outer compartment, what we are taking in a middle compartment. Mercury act as what in outer compartment? Mercury act as what in middle compartment? These all things are important or not? Iron rod act as cathode in middle compartment. Graphite rod act as anode in outer compartment. These all are important. That's why labeling, diagram, everything is important. Please write it down. And I'll tell you what are the reactions in now middle compartment. What reactions happen? So Na2Hg formed in what? Outer compartment cathode. So at outer cathode, what happened? At outer cathode, Na2Hg was formed, and that transferred from what? That transferred from outer cathode to middle compartment. So now what are the reactions at middle compartment? Reactions at middle compartment. Say first A reaction, or at anode I will write simply at anode, but what? Middle compartment. Okay, anode means positive. So in middle compartment, who is anode? It's mercury act as anode. But from outer compartment to middle compartment, Na2Hg transferred? Na2Hg transferred or not? So that Na2Hg will undergo oxidation and convert to 2Na plus. Same, the reaction what we written in cathode in outer compartment, ulta, reverse reaction here. So 2Na plus Hg plus 2 electrons. This is what? Reaction at middle anode. So Na plus formed at anode, and now P. What is the reaction at cathode? But what cathode? This is middle cathode. In middle compartment, what is cathode? Iron cathode, iron plates. So cathode means negative or positive? Negative. So towards negative, now these Na plus ions will come. But remember, these Na plus won't undergo reduction. As I said, SRP value concept in Nelson cell. Do you remember? SRP who have less, that cannot undergo reduction, who have more SRP that will undergo reduction. So here what we taken? Dilute NaOH, means what is there in middle compartment? Water is present. In middle compartment, dilute NaOH we taken. That means in dilute NaOH, water is there. Again, we have a comparison. Water will undergo reduction or Na plus will undergo reduction? Water will undergo reduction instead of Na plus. So if water undergoing reduction, what happens? Everybody knows. So this 2 moles and 2 moles of electrons were transferred from anode to cathode and converted to 2OH minus plus H2. Oh shit, that's it. So you observed what gas liberated in middle compartment? H2 gas liberated in middle compartment. I forgot to tell you, in previous chlorine gas liberated at anode, that chlorine liberated will come out from this outlet. At anode, outer anode, Cl minus converted to Cl2, that Cl2 will come out like that. So tell me in middle compartment what happened? Who is anode? Mercury. At mercury anode in middle compartment, what happened? Na2Hg transfer from outer compartment to middle compartment. So that Na2Hg will undergo oxidation and converted to Na plus Hg and 2 electrons. Okay, that is the purpose here. Mercury acting why as anode means that transferred substance is doing like that. Na to Hg came here, so Na can convert into Na plus. As of we know, Na is more what we call more electropositive, so they can easily lose electron, so Na plus form easily. Okay, so at cathode what happened? Water you have and Na plus ions you have. So Na plus ions actually formed in actually middle compartment anode, and those Na plus ions will move towards cathode. And Na plus ions you have, water you have. Who is undergoing reduction? Water undergoing reduction instead of Na plus. I told you reason, because water SRP is more. This is only the reason why water undergoing reduction instead of Na plus. Because water SRP is more than whom? Than SRP of Na plus. So who is undergoing reduction there means water undergoing reduction. Now what happened? Already Na plus ions are there, OH minus. So 2 Na plus plus 2 OH minus and forming NaOH. This is the preparation of sodium hydroxide. So previously I written outer compartment reactions, now I written reactions in middle compartment. So this is about Kastner-Kellner cell. So please have a look. So in middle compartment what reactions happen, in outer compartment what reactions happen. So please have a look, and what gases liberating at at outer compartments and middle compartment, just please concentrate. Na to Hg forming at where? Outer cathode. Na to Hg is transferring to whom? Middle compartment, mercury anode. In mercury anode in middle compartment have Na to Hg, that will undergo oxidation and forming Na plus and mercury. So mercury again retains, and here at cathode Na plus ions will come because cathode is negative, but instead of Na plus dilute NaOH, there consists of water undergo reduction because water SRP is more. So please have a look and write down all these things. Next I'll explain some chemical properties of sodium hydroxide. Okay, now we will discuss about some chemical properties of sodium hydroxide. As of we know, sodium hydroxide is a base, and if you see some physical properties of sodium hydroxide, it is a liquid. It can easily soluble in water because it is highly polar, and it can dissociate as Na plus and OH minus. So it can dissolve in water. It is a deliquescent. Okay, deliquescent means it absorbs CO2 from atmosphere. Okay, so those are about like physical properties. Now come to chemical properties. Very simple. As of we know, this sodium hydroxide is a base, strong base actually, very much strong base. So it can easily react with acids. So first is that simple one, reaction with acids. So I have no need to explain, very simple actually, because sodium hydroxide can easily react with any kind of acid because this is strong base. So strong acids only will react means no, neutralization reactions everybody knows. Strong acid, strong base is possible, strong acid with weak acid possible, anything is possible. So what happens here? Reaction with acids. Suppose HCl with NaOH. If I write, you will laugh definitely. Why this fellow is writing? Just simply I am writing. Just for relaxation for a few minutes. Water, neutralization. Even if you take weak acid like CH3COOH, weak acid, it can easily combine sodium hydroxide and forms CH3COO, CH3COO Na plus H2O actually, like this. Second, reaction with amphoteric oxides. Amphoteric means what? Everybody knows what amphoteric means, both acidic and basic. Okay, so reaction with amphoteric oxides like Al2O3 when react with sodium hydroxide NaOH, do you know what happens? Do you know? NaAlO2, NaAlO2, sodium aluminate, sodium aluminate. Along with that, what will come? NaAlO2 plus H2. Okay, so here what you have? 3 and here 2, total 5. But here 4, so H2O you have. Okay, like that. See sir, this one NaAlO2, how you know sir? Aluminum should be plus 3 because aluminum third group, right? So Na2 or sir, Na sir, Na3 or sir, how we decide? Means based on its what? Its particular oxidation state. Okay, if acidic oxides also will react like SO2, like CO2, possible. Okay, this is amphoteric oxides I am writing, next acidic oxides. Okay, amphoteric oxide when react with the sodium hydroxide, O8, aluminate, like that. Okay, so suppose silicate, suppose SiO2 or ZnO2, sodium silicate will come. Okay. If you want, I will write, but here I will write with Mr. ZnO. ZnO plus NaOH. Do you know what will come? Na2ZnO2. Sodium zincate. Sodium zincate. ZnO, zinc oxide, amphoteric. Okay. Here ZnO with NaOH. Na2ZnO2. Na2ZnO2. Here zinc oxidation state plus 2 you have to get. Because Zn plus 2 everybody knows. Because 3D10 is a more stable. Zinc 4s2 3D10. Zn2 plus means 3D10 remains. Pseudo inert gas configuration. So Na2ZnO2 you will get. Okay, like this. Next, third one is what? Reaction with acidic oxides. Acidic oxides. Reaction with amphoteric oxide possible? Reaction with acidic oxide possible. Reaction with basic oxides possible? No, because sodium hydroxide is basic oxide. Base cannot react. Amphoteric can combine with sodium hydroxide. Aluminate, and this is zincate. If you want, I will write. Otherwise, you can write. This one is sodium zincate. Okay. Next, reaction with acidic oxides like CO2, as I said, silicon dioxide, okay, and sulfur dioxide, like that. Okay. Suppose if I am taking this sodium hydroxide, NaOH plus CO2, and you have to take 2 moles. Of course, here H2O will come, sir. H2O. So don't think, sir, what about hydrogen? You are not writing. Don't think like that. NaOH plus CO2, Na2CO3 plus H2O. Suppose SO2, sodium hydroxide with SO2, you will get, what you will get? Na2SiO, shit, it's SO2 na? SO3, Na2SO3, okay, here sulfur is a plus 4, even silicon, same like carbon. So SiO2 from here you are saying, but you are not writing product, don't think like that. Na2SiO3, if it is SiO2, same story, okay, like that. So this is a reaction with acidic oxides. Next, fourth one is reaction with the halogens. This is important, reaction with halogens. Okay, this sodium hydroxide with the chlorine, bromine, iodine, same kind of reaction. Halogen means here, not except fluorine. Halogen means here, what is the exceptional? Except F2 with chlorine, Cl2, Br2, I2, very important. This one is too much important, sir. Please, everybody concentrate. Reaction with halogen, sodium hydroxide when react with the chlorine like Cl2, I am writing chlorine, you can write with the bromine and iodine, and you will get what NaCl means Cl minus and NaOCl plus H2. This is the reaction. It is like what reaction? Disproportionation reaction. Do you remember that? Cl2 oxidation state 0. Here Cl minus. But here chlorine is OCl minus, means chlorine is plus 1. Chlorine plus 1. Na plus OCl minus. Oxygen minus 2. So chlorine plus 1 you will get here. So 0 to minus 1 and 0 to plus 1. It is a disproportionation reaction. Important. Sodium hydroxide with chlorine NaCl plus NaOCl. But the same I will write here. NaOH when react with chlorine, then you will get NaCl plus NaClO3. NaClO3. Do you know what you will get here plus water actually? 3. Sir, what you are doing, sir? Same no, sir. Here 2 moles and 6 moles. 2 moles and 6 moles not matter. Remember this one. Here anything like chlorine, bromine, iodine, same story. If it is in cold condition, cold dilute NaOH, then sodium hypochlorate. What is the name of this one? Sodium hypochlorate. Sodium hypochlorate. Remember this one. Everyone, please remember. NaOH in cold condition with chlorine, and you are having NaCl and NaOCl. Okay. Simply here sodium chlorate. That is the difference. Here chlorine oxidation state is 0. Here chlorine minus 1. But here chlorine minus 3 is a plus 1. Otherwise, just forget this. Here minus 6. ClO3 minus means chlorine have plus 5 here. Here chlorine plus 5. Understanding here? So NaClO3 you are having. There NaOCl hypochlorate. This is simply chlorate. Okay, perchlorate, chlorate like that. Okay, very very important. But what here? Here NaOH is hot concentrated. Sodium hydroxide hot concentrated. When react with the chlorine, you are getting NaCl and NaClO3. Okay, so very very important. So this is chlorate. Okay, sodium chlorate. Okay, remember this one. Very very important. Sodium hydroxide when diluted, when react with the chlorine, then NaOCl. Sodium hydroxide hot they said when react with the chlorine, you will get NaClO3. Remember the same reaction with the bromine and iodine. If you have a bromine here, here bromine will come. Instead of chlorine, you can take bromine and iodine. But with fluorine, in a cold condition and hot condition, different products will come. Okay, one is in cold condition OF2 will come, and in hot condition O2 will come. Remember these two things. Okay, NaF will come like this. Here NaCl how you got? There also NaF is a common, but there with fluorine sodium hydroxide if cold OF2, sodium hydroxide if hot then O2 gas will come out. Please write it down, and we will continue the class from reaction with the chlorine and next reaction with ammonia, and mostly in our next class chapter will complete, otherwise next class. 2 classes enough. Okay, so we will finish this chapter. Okay sir, so with the F2 also you remember, tomorrow I will ask you questions, okay, based on that. Okay, so please remember all these things, very important. Thank you. And only thing is practice all these reactions, so that very easy. Okay sir.